For the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, it's been a busy 4 or 5 weeks, and especially the past 4 or 5 games, as the Royals have taken on some of the top teams in the state of Indiana. In fact, they have taken on 2 number ones, and they've come away with victories in both of those matchups. Tonight, the Royals will wrap up a brutal 4-game stretch as they take on the 5th-ranked Pike Red Devils tonight here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Royals basketball on ASO. My name's Brian Scott. Happy you can join us tonight for what should be a dandy of a basketball game. Hamilton Southeastern coming off of a huge win last week as they knocked off their second number 1 team in the state of Indiana. Last week, it was the Carmel Greyhounds. Carmel came in with the number 1 ranking in the state of the Indiana, and after playing Hamilton Southeastern, they lost that number 1 ranking as the Royals came away with a 52-49 victory on the road at Carmel. Zach Irvin led all Royals with 19 points, also came away with 8 boards. Tyler Jenkins with 7 big assists, and talking to Coach Brian Satterfield during Monday's Royals Coaches Basketball podcast, he attributed a lot of success to his bigs, namely Ross Risley, Larry Johnson, and Justin Barksdale. Ross Risley also scored in double figures with 10 points. He pulled down 3 boards, and Larry Johnson came away 4 points, but also 4 big rebounds as the Royals bigs did a good job underneath against the Greyhounds. So the Royals tonight will face another tough matchup, another top 5 team according to the Sagarin ratings, and the 5th-ranked team in the state in the Pike Red Devils as we get ready for basketball here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. Red Devils come in with a record of 17-2. They are ranked number 5 in the state of Indiana. They're coming off of a victory against Zionsville in which they defeated Zionsville by the score of 63-52. That was a good 14 points below Pike's season scoring average as they got 16 points from Xavier Turner, 14 points each from Anthony Patterson and Jordan Pickett. But Tayshawn Johnson, their leading scorer, was held to only 7 points as Zionsville used a heavy dose of zone in that contest to help limit the Pike offense. But Pike simply too much for the Eagles to handle, and it was the Red Devils that came away with the victory on Saturday. The Red Devils come in with a record of 17-2. Hamilton Southeastern with a record of 15-2. And if you look over the last 15 years, dead even, 4 wins apiece for each of these schools. And nobody can forget last year's meeting. This meeting was at Pike. Hamilton Southeastern down by 22 points, rally all the way back, and they defeat Pike at Pike by the score of 107-98. Gary Harris came up big for the Royals in that contest. So did Zach Irvin and Jacoby Bledsoe. And the Royals and the Red Devils put on a show that rivaled many NBA games as both teams able to put up some huge points. Pike comes into tonight's game averaging almost 77 points, and for Pike, that has never been a problem. Scoring has always been a hallmark for Coach Bill Zykes' team. They've always been able to put points on the board, and it's shown that their top 3 scorers all average almost over 14 points each. So they rely on about 3 players heavily. We'll talk more about that here in just a few moments as we're getting ready for our national anthem. Not as big of a crowd as we might have hoped for tonight, but it is a bit of an unusual scheduling with it being on a Tuesday night. Of course, Hamilton Southeastern's ladies, they played in the sectional championship over the weekend, and with many of these games, these sectionals, girls sectionals and playoffs currently going on, we see a lot of these boys games scheduled for Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Friday nights. And before we talk any more about tonight's game, we're going to have our national anthem. very fine rendition of our national anthem performed here at Hamilton Southeastern tonight as we get ready for basketball between the number 3 Royals and the 5th-ranked Pike Red Devils tonight on AudioSportsOnline.com. As we mentioned, we take a look at these two schools coming in. Pike always known for having good offensive teams, and as Pike comes into tonight's game, they're led by 3 players, all averaging actually over 16 points. Tayshawn Johnson, their leading scorer, averages over 18 points per game. Jordan Pickett at the guard averages over 17.5 points, and Xavier Turner, their starting point guard, averaging 16.4 points per game. Turner deadly from beyond the arc, shooting over 45% on the season, as Pike on average shoots better than 37% from beyond the arc. They're averaging almost 77 points per game, and they shoot a very respectable 70% from the free throw line. They also rebound the basketball very well, but as usual is the case with the Pike team, you score a lot of points, you get up and down, you get also a lot of chances on the defensive side. You will see Kendall Rollins, their leading rebounder, who is averaging about 8 rebounds per contest, but they also get a lot of production out of both Jamie Rutherford and Anthony Patterson on the rebounding off the glass. For Hamilton Southeastern, they are led by Zach Irvin. Zach now almost 25 points per game, 24.8 points per game. Eric Davidson, 10.9 points per game. Royals come in shooting just under 37% from beyond the arc, 55% from the field, and they're a pretty good free throw shooting team, averaging over 72% from the line. Rebounding, a slight advantage will go to the Red Devils here, and as we saw last year, it'll simply be a matter, can Hamilton Southeastern keep up with this Red Devils team that likes to get up and down the court very quickly? They are very athletic, they're very fast, and we'll see how Southeastern can handle that speed and quickness here tonight. Let's give you some of the particulars for tonight's contest, as we are about a couple of moments away from starting lineups and the tip-off between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Pike Red Devils. The head coach of the Red Devils in his 3rd year at the helm is Bill Zeich, 311 and 266 in his 26th season overall. The head coach of the Royals, Brian Satterfield, an excellent 191 and 76 in his 12 years that he has been here at the helm of Hamilton Southeastern. Look at the Sagarin rankings, 2 of the top 5 teams in the state of Indiana. Pike is 5th overall, 5th in Class 4A in the Sagarin rankings, while Hamilton Southeastern, they're ranked number 3 in the AP poll. Sagarin has them a little bit better. They rank 2nd overall and 2nd in Class 4A. Last 2 times out, both these teams were winners. Zionsville was defeated by the Red Devils 63-52 last Saturday, while Hamilton Southeastern defeated Carmel back last Thursday by the score of 52-49. We mentioned this series is all tied up at 4 games apiece. And again, as I mentioned, a Royals fan cannot forget last year's thrilling game at Pike. Hamilton Southeastern down by 22 points late in that contest, beginning early in the 4th quarter. They roar all the way back, as it was a show by Gary Harris, Zach Irvin, and Jacoby Bledsoe, as they bring the Royals back, and Hamilton Southeastern wins by the score of 107-98. Pike comes into this game averaging just shy of 77 points per game. They give up on average just a little bit over 65 points per game. Southeastern averages 66.5 points per game, and they give up only 56 points per contest. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. First off, for the visiting Pike Red Devils, the coach is Bill Zeich. Starting at a guard will be a 5'9 senior, Xavier Turner. At the other guard, a 6'1 senior, Jordan Pickett. At guard, a 6' senior, Tayshawn Johnson. At forward is a 6'4 senior, Anthony Patterson. And the other forward, a 6'6 junior, Kendall Rollins. So in the backcourt for Coach Zeich and the Red Devils, it'll be Turner, Pickett, and Johnson. Up front, Patterson and Rollins. Those are the starting 5 for the Pike Red Devils. Let's give you the starting 5 of Coach Brian Satterfield's Hamilton Southeastern Royals. And if you were watching on the monitor while I was giving the Red Devils lineup, they were honoring girls senior forward Teo Reimer and the Royals senior swingman Zach Irvin. Both have been named to the All-American squads. They were being honored here before the start of this contest. For the Royals, they come in with a record of 15-2. Brian Satterfield's lineup, very much as it's been for the past few weeks. Starting at a guard, a 6'1 senior, Paul Furlan. At the other guard, a 6'2 junior, Tyler Jenkins. Eric Davidson will be the third guard, a 6'1 junior. At forward, a 6'4 senior, Ross Risley. And the other forward, a 6'8 senior and leading scorer, Zach Irvin. So once again for the Royals in the backcourt, it'll be Furlan, Jenkins, and Davidson. And up front, Risley and Irvin. Those are your starting five for head coach Brian Satterfield's Hamilton Southeastern Royals. Royals will be in the white, while the Red Devils will be in the red. Decent crowd here. We expected maybe a little bit bigger crowd, but a lot of people come out to see the top matchup in the state of Indiana tonight as the third-ranked Royals take on the fifth-ranked Red Devils here on AudioSportsOnline.com. We'll talk more about it at halftime, but a new number one in the state of Indiana in Class 4A as Munster has taken over the top spot. Munster with the only perfect record in Class 4A, 20-0. Columbus North is in second, is ranked number 2, 19-1, followed by Hamilton Southeastern, Carmel, and Pike. And the high school rankings beginning to mirror very much what we're seeing in college, as the parity among some of the top teams making it difficult for teams to hold on to that number one ranking. And in the state of Indiana, no different, as another number one team has taken over. Teams are getting ready at second center court. It will be Ross Risley jumping center against Kendall Rollins, as we're about ready for basketball here at Hamilton Southeastern. Hope you enjoy tonight's contest between the Royals and the Red Devils. We're about ready. The ball is in the air, and the tip belongs to the Red Devils as Tayshawn Johnson gives it left side to Xavier Turner. And the Royals start in a man-to-man. Johnson with the basketball makes a move, has to kick it out from the corner. Pickett's three is no good. Ball is tipped out, controlled by Kendall Rollins. He goes up. His shot no good, but getting the putback is Tayshawn Johnson, and the first points of this contest belong to the Red Devils. During their game against Zionsville, the Eagles were almost solely zone, and they packed it down low to try to prevent any penetration. Here's Ross Risley on a drive right side, kicks it out, tried to get it to Irvin. It's stolen. Here's Tayshawn Johnson. Johnson in the lane, stops, throws it high off the glass, shot no good. Tipped out by Irvin into the hands of Eric Davidson. Davidson near side, Paul Furlan with the basketball, drives in the lane, out to Davidson. Nice shot fake, comes up, gives it back to Furlan. Furlan's three is good. Good shot fake and good ball movement by the Royals as Furlan cans the three from the corner, and the Royals take a 3-2 lead as we have played about 70 seconds here in the first quarter. Pull-up jumper is up by Xavier Turner. That was something that Zionsville learned Saturday night, that you can't give Turner any amount of distance because he will pop it from just about anywhere. And about the time the Eagles were packing in their zone, Turner started hitting threes from way out beyond. That forced the Eagles to come out and guard him. Irvin's shot's no good. Pickett with a rebound, drives, leaves it up, left side of the lane, shot no good. Paul Furlan with a rebound for the Royals. He'll give it to Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins drives in the lane, gives it to Risley, and Risley lays it up and in. Risley with his first 2 points, and the Royals retake the lead 5-4. Over the past few games, it's been the bigs for Hamilton Southeastern that have come up with some big games. Out to Xavier Turner, long-range three is good, and as I mentioned, Turner is somebody you cannot give any distance to. He will make his own shot, and if you give him some space, he will knock down the three from just about anywhere. Driving in the lane, Tyler Jenkins, right-hander, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson loses it briefly, gathers it back up. His pull-up jumper from just beyond the free throw line is up and good, and Tayshawn Johnson, who was limited to only 7 points at Zionsville, has 4 quick ones here against the Royals. Red Devils up 9-5, 5:21. Here's a 3-ball, Tyler Jenkins. That's short. Rollins with a rebound. He'll give it to Turner. Turner lays it off. Here's Jordan Pickett driving the lane. And his pull-up jumper from 10 is up and good. And that's going to be a quick timeout called by head coach Brian Satterfield as he has watched the Red Devils jump out quickly to an 11-5 lead as the Red Devils hitting all their shots. And we have yet to play 3 minutes, and they're up 11-5. Fans, want to remind you all of our video webcasts here on Audio Sports Online are also available via our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, look up Audio Sports Online, and an archive of the webcast will be available. You can post them on Facebook, send them via Twitter, email them to friends and family, all courtesy of AudioSportsOnline.com. No lineup changes out of the timeout. Coach Zeich will not change, not have too much of a rotation for his. We'll see a few subs come in and out, but he will stick to a heavy dose of his starting 5. Jenkins will inbound it as the Royals see a bit of a full court press as Furlan reverses and gets it into the front court. Tyler Jenkins. Ross Risley up top, back to Furlan. Here's Eric Davidson driving, leaves it to Furlan. Furlan will send it right back. 4:48 left to go first quarter. 11-5 Red Devils. Zach Irvin with the basketball. He's guarded by Pickett. Gets a high ball screen, pick and roll. Gives it to Risley. Risley out to Furlan. Furlan with 3. That's off the flange, no good. And as Eric Davidson goes for the rebound, he's going to be fouled. First foul of the contest will go against Pike. And it'll go against Jordan Pickett. Jordan Pickett will pick up his first, team first, and Irvin will inbound the ball from the sideline and throw it into the backcourt to Tyler Jenkins. Royals find themselves trailing by 6 early in this first quarter. As Jenkins with the basketball goes left side to Irvin. Zach, pull-up jumper from 18 is up and good. Irvin has his first basket, and the Royals trail by 4. Tayshawn Johnson, pull-up 3 on its way, rattles in and out. Ball is loose, and Furlan comes away with it for Southeastern. Ball with the basketball. Gives it to Davidson. Eric looking to dump the ball off. Starts his dribble. Goes, finds Paul Furlan. Furlan, nice job getting it. And then he leaves it to Zach Irvin. And Irvin was standing all alone beyond the arc. And head coach Bill Zeich wants to know how his defense can let what might arguably be the best player in the state all alone behind the arc on the wing. And Irvin's 3 cuts the deficit to a single point. Southeastern trails 11-10 with 3:52 left to go in this first quarter. You're watching Royals basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Glad you could join us for what is arguably the top matchup in the state of Indiana tonight. Number 3 Hamilton Southeastern, number 5 Pike. As the Royals have knocked off 2 number 1s here in the past few weeks. And only the loss at Lawrence North, which Coach Satterfield says didn't feel like they played as well as a team, being the only blemish against some of these teams. Right now they find themselves trailing to Pike by the score of 11-10. They'll get the ball into Rollins. Rollins shot no good. He thought he was bumped and fouled, but the ball goes back to Southeastern. Irvin in the lane. Right-hand floater is up and good, and Southeastern battles back to take the lead, 12-11. Turner with a basketball. He sets left side to Pickett as now the Royals do drop into a zone. Here's a shot from the corner. 3-ball up and good. Tayshawn Johnson. As I mentioned, Johnson held way below his season average against Zionsville as the Eagles made all of his shots difficult. Here's Eric Davidson on a nice move to the cup. Davidson gets his first points, and we're tied at 14. Under 3 minutes left to go first quarter. Red Devils with the basketball. Turner pops the 3 on its way. Rolls over the front rim. Rebounded by Patterson. He'll send it out. They'll get it back down low, and a shot now. They'll wave it off as they'll hit Tayshawn Johnson for the traveling violation. Turnover gives the ball back to the Royals as we are tied at 14. Justin Barksdale comes in as Ross Risley will take a seat. And it's been a rotation for Coach Satterfield of Risley, Barksdale, and Larry Johnson. And as I mentioned in the pregame, Coach Satterfield very complimentary of those three men as they've done a very good job down low. Tyler Jenkins finds Barksdale. Barksdale to Davidson. Davidson cut off by Rollins. Now finds Jenkins. 3 on the way from the corner. Rims out with a rebound was Patterson. Feeds Turner. Turner drives. Lays it off the bottom of the rim. No good. Ball is loose. Still loose. And then thrown right into the hands of Tyler Jenkins by Rollins. Jenkins left side. Zach Irvin for 3. 10 points for Zach Irvin, a 3-point lead for Southeastern with under 2 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Zach has come up huge in several of these games. Against Tech, he had 30 points. He had a 30-point night against Lawrence North. Only 19 versus Carmel. Coach Satterfield said that was a much more of a team effort. 3-point on the way, Jordan Pickett. It's no good. Irvin with a rebound. Zach with a basketball into the front court, right side. Davidson for 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Patterson. Patterson will give it to Xavier Turner. Turner with the basketball, drives in the lane, and a nice little scoop shot on the layup is up and good. 7 points for Turner. And it's back to a 1-point lead for the Royals, 17-16. A minute 13 left to go first quarter. Driving in the lane, spin. Tyler Jenkins loses the basketball. Strip. Here comes Turner. Turner, hesitation, dribble, tries to feed Pickett. Pickett loses it, but right into the hands of Furlan. Furlan to Zach Irvin. Irvin pull up 3. That's going to be way off. But it'll go off of, they'll say, Tyler Jenkins. And the ball belongs to Pike. Tyler Janney now comes in for Coach Satterfield. He'll take over for Paul Furlan. And Wade Traeger now in. He'll take over for Eric Davidson. 17-16, Royals lead. 52 seconds remain in this first quarter. Pike got off to a hot start. The Royals have roared back. And Pickett looks like he is going to hold for the final shot as the Royals will sink back into a 2-3 zone. Turner locates himself down in the far corner. There's 29 seconds left, and Royals are content to watch Pike just stand around and dribble. As now Pickett gets the offense with 19 seconds. And Hill will send the instructions as he dribbles the ball near the center jump circle. 11 seconds remain. Turner with the ball. Bounce pass to Johnson. Johnson dribbles in the lane. Throws it up, and a nice drive down the left side is up and good by Tayshawn Johnson. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Red Devils get the play they wanted for the final play of the first quarter, and Tayshawn Johnson on a nice drive lays it up and in to send the Red Devils into the lead at the end of the first quarter. Pike 18, Hamilton Southeastern 17. This is Royals basketball on audiosportsonline.com. You're looking at Hamilton Southeastern High School, tonight's center of attention as the third-ranked Royals take on the fifth-ranked Red Devils. It's the Red Devils with a 1-point lead after one quarter by the score of 18-17. 9 points for Tayshawn Johnson, 7 for Xavier Turner, and 2 for Jordan Pickett for the Red Devils, while Royals got 10 points from Zach Irvin. Zach helped leading that charge after Pike got out to the early lead. And as Irvin gets the basketball, he's going to be fouled by Jalen Norwood now into the game. To begin the second quarter, it is Jalen Norwood, Tayshawn Johnson, Xavier Turner, Anthony Patterson, and Kendall Rollins. For the Royals, Wade Traeger, Tyler Janney, Tyler Jenkins, Justin Barksdale, and Zach Irvin. First foul on Norwood, second team foul. Royals did not commit a foul in that first quarter. Here's Zach Irvin on a beautiful crossover dribble. And he heads to the cup, gets the bucket. He has his 12th point. Royals back in front by 1, but not for long, as coming right back and hitting the bucket was Tayshawn Johnson. Johnson's 2 puts the Red Devils back in front by 1, 20-19. Johnson was limited to 7 points. Here's Irvin's 3. He thought he was fouled. Ball is still loose, and coming away with it is Barksdale. And now as Anthony Patterson reaches in, ties up Barksdale, and the held ball will lead to the possession arrow favoring the Red Devils. Xavier Turner will leave. As Jordan Pickett returns. And Barksdale leaves as Larry Johnson is in for Coach Satterfield. 20-19 in favor of the Red Devils. Under 7 minutes left to play in the half. Ball fake by Norwood, gives it to Pickett. Pickett spins in the lane, shot from the right elbow is short. Ball is loose. Irvin comes away with it for Southeastern. Falls down, but is able to get it to Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins to Traeger. Traeger to Tyler Jenkins, flying down the right side of the lane. Jenkins can't make the layup. Pickett with the ball. He loses it. Tyler Janney, 3-on-1, and it's finished with a Zach Irvin two-handed flush. Irvin with 14 points. Royals retake the lead, 21-20. Royals with a 3-on-1, and Tyler gives it to Irvin for the flush to complete the fast break. Left side, this is Tayshawn Johnson. Johnson looking for a high ball screen. Pulls up for the 3 and nails it. Johnson feeling it. He has 14 to match Zach Irvin, and the Red Devils back in front by 2. Now Tyler Jenkins loses the basketball. Jordan Pickett will pick it up. Race right side, throw it up short on the bottom of the rim, and then it'll go out of bounds off of the Red Devils, and the ball belongs to Southeastern. Paul Furlan back in. He'll take over for Tyler Jenkins. Xavier Turner back in, and he is going to come in for Jalen Norwood. 23-21, Pike with a lead. 5:52 left to go first half. Paul Furlan brings it up the court, into the front court. Left side, this is Wade Traeger. Traeger to Janney. Janney right side to Furlan. Furlan will now find Irvin. Zach gets a ball screen from Janney. Now tries to go one-on-one, pull-up jumper from 14 feet. That's off the rim, no good. Turner with a rebound. 1-on-2, Turner tries some fancy moves, kicks it out. Here's a 3-ball on its way off the side of the rim. No good by Tayshawn Johnson, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called against Southeastern on the rebound. And they might have gotten Zach Irvin with the foul. Nope, they'll call Larry Johnson. Johnson's first, team first. As the Red Devils will inbound, they get it down into the hands of Kendall Rollins, and then stepping back and hitting the 3. Is Xavier Turner. Here's a drive by Paul Furlan. He can't get it to drop. Correction, there was a 2-point basket by Kendall Rollins on that last bucket. As Paul Furlan's going to earn a trip to the line, as the foul is going to be called against Kendall Rollins. His first, team third. And Furlan at the line shooting a pair, misses the first of 2. Paul on the season, a 77% free throw shooter, but misses the first. Second free throw is good. He has 4 points. and it's a 3-point lead. Long outlet pass. Nice move by Johnson. His touch pass back to Pickett is no good. Gets the rebound. Johnson does. Throws it up, and we're going to have a foul called against Southeastern. And it looks like it's going to go against Paul Furlan. Good touch pass from Johnson to Pickett. Pickett's shot was no good, but Johnson got the basketball before he's fouled. And it went against Paul Furlan, his first, team second. Johnson and Walker will depart. And Xavier Turner gets the inbound pass. So it's Turner, Norwood, Patterson, Kendall Rollins, and Jordan Pickett on the court for Bill Zykes Red Devils. Here's Turner, tries to feed it left side, and Anthony Patterson can't quite catch up to it. It's good defense by the Royals. For Southeastern, it's Janney, Furlan, Irvin, Risley now out there, and Wade Traeger. 25-22, Red Devils with the lead. Southeastern has the basketball. 4:37 left to go first half. Irvin looking for a screen, drives, goes baseline, lays it up off the glass on the dribble drive and in. Zach now with 16 points, and it cuts it to a 1-point deficit, 25-24. Turner, top of the key, left side, Johnson. Johnson, pull-up jumper's on its way. Shot was short, but a foul on the shot as Southeastern will be tagged for their third team foul. And the foul will go against Ross Risley, his first. And it will send actually Jalen Norwood to the line. Norwood, a 67% free throw shooter. And the first one is good. Substitution as Risley departs. Justin Barksdale back in. Tyler Janney leaves as Eric Davidson is back in. Norwood with one more free throw due. Second free throw is up. It is good. He has his first 2 points and extends the Red Devil lead back to 3 with 4:15 remaining in the second quarter. Irvin drives in the lane. Nice bounce pass. Justin Barksdale blocked from behind, though, by Kendall Rollins. Stolen by Davidson. Finds Tyler Jenkins, and Jenkins gets the bucket. Also wanted the and one. That whistle didn't come. But the Royals now trail again by only 1. Pike with a basketball. They give to Xavier Turner. Turner spins in the lane. Shot goes up, and he gets the bucket and the foul. Paul Furlan wanting to know where that one came from, but Turner gets the bucket. And looks like the foul is going to go against Furlan, his second. 4th team foul against Southeastern, and Xavier Turner will be at the line as Norwood departs. Johnson back in. Turner on the season, an 82% free throw shooter. Tyler Janney, who just left, will have to come back in as Furlan heads to the bench with 4 points and 2 fouls. Xavier Turner trying to complete the 3-point play. He does just that. He now has 10 points, and it's a 4-point lead for the Red Devils with 3:41 left to go first half. Tyler Jenkins with the basketball, brings it into the front court, finds Barksdale. Barksdale goes up. He's going to be fouled from behind. Looks like Anthony Patterson might get called for the personal. Bill Zykes looking for a traveling violation against Jenkins. It doesn't come. Patterson is called for his first, team's 4th. And at the line, Justin Barksdale will have a chance for 2 free throws. Justin, a 55% free throw shooter on the season, but he cans the first one easily. Cameron Walker back in for the Red Devils as Anthony Patterson takes a seat. 30-27. Red Devils have the lead, but Barksdale still has one more free throw due. Cans them both. Back to a 2-point lead for the Red Devils, 30-28. As Turner with a ball screen kicks it out right side. Pickett drives into the lane, and shots no good, but a foul will be whistled against the Royals. It'll be their 5th team foul. Eric Davidson will pick up his first. And it will be Jordan Pickett at the line for 2 free throws. Pickett, an 87% free throw shooter. We mentioned Pike a very good free throw shooting team. As they wipe up a little moisture right underneath the basket. Off to our right, if you're having a problem seeing the corner, so are we, as the Southeastern students are here, and they have not sat down yet. Pickett's first free throw is up. It's good. And he will have one more due. Second free throw is up. That is also good. Pike has hit all 5 free throws that they have attempted, and they lead 32-28. Davidson quickly into the front court. Bounce pass, leaves it to Barksdale. Barksdale finishes it. Good job of pushing it by Davidson. Barksdale with the bucket. Tayshawn Johnson tried to cross over, but Davidson stayed with him, and now Johnson will back it out. Royals still in the man-to-man. And now they will switch as Barksdale now takes on Rollins. Rollins with a right-hand floater in the lane is up and good. Rollins with 4 points, back to a 4-point Red Devil lead, 2:49 remain in the first half. Davidson, a little dribble penetration, but backs it out and gives it to Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins around an Irvin screen. Now drives in the lane, leaves it for Barksdale. Barksdale finishes it off. Pike's been burned now several times as the Royals, with that little dribble penetration, brings the weak side defender in. And Barksdale's all alone. 3 ball by Johnson, no good. Jenkins with the basketball. Royals trail by 2. As Jenkins trying to find Janney. Coming from behind was Cameron Walker, and Walker just intercepted the pass. Red Devils with the basketball. Here is Pickett for 3. On its way, is up and good. Jordan Pickett hits the 3. He has 7. And the lead's up to 5 for the Red Devils with 1:56 left to go first half. Tyler Janney hands the ball off to Zach Irvin, and Irvin will make his move. Pull up, toe is on the line. And Zach will be credited with a 2. His toe was on the line. As Xavier Turner comes the other way, and his shot recycled by Barksdale. Turner drove left side, and Barksdale said, get that stuff out of here. But the Red Devils will have the basketball. Barksdale will sit, Risley back in. 1:36 left. Red Devils with a 3-point lead in this first half. Johnson backs up, guarded by Davidson. Pull-up jumper, now he throws it over to the left side into the hands of Pickett, who gives it to Turner. Turner gets a ball screen, switch off Risley. And now a step-back 3 is on its way. That rims out, and we're going to have a foul called by Tayshawn Johnson as he simply shoved Eric Davidson out of the way. For Johnson, that'll be his first, team's 5th. Royals trail by 3, 37-34. 1:17 remains in the first half. As Davidson will slowly bring it up the far sideline and into the front court. Eric with the basketball, leaves it to Janney. Janney to Jenkins. Jenkins pull up 3 on the way. That one's strong off the rim. Rebounded by Irvin. Irvin goes back beyond the arc. His 3 is long. Risley with a rebound. He's rejected by Rollins, and Red Devils come the other way. Johnson drives baseline, throws it off the glass. No good, but a tip back in by Jordan Pickett. 9 points for Pickett. And it's a 5-point Red Devil lead. 37 seconds remain in the first half. Royals will play for the final shot of the half. As Jenkins will bounce the basketball, and now Johnson steps up and backs off, resetting the 5 count. Jenkins right side to Janney. Janney gives it to Jenkins with 13 seconds. Jenkins pushed off, 9 seconds. They want to get it to Irvin. Jenkins with the basketball, has it poked away, takes it in the lane, gives it to Risley. Risley finds Janney. His 3 no good. Put back is no good by Zach Irvin, and that's the end of the first half here at Hamilton Southeastern. Entertaining first half of basketball here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. And the Royals head to the locker room at the break, trailing the Red Devils by the score of 39-34. Check back with us in about 5-6 minutes. We'll have halftime stats. This is Royals basketball on audiosportsonline.com. Halftime in Hamilton Southeastern High School, and the third-ranked Royals trail the fifth-ranked Pike Red Devils by the score of 39-34. Give you our halftime stats in just a moment. Let's take a quick look at the Hoosier Crossroads Conference as the season winds down. After tonight, there will only be 2 games left for the Royals, and both of those games will be Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchups. The Royals can finish no worse than conference co-champions, but a win in either of their next 2 games coming up will assure them the conference championship outright. Hamilton Southeastern is at top of the HCC standings, 15-2 overall, and a perfect 7-0 in the conference. Second place happens to belong to Noblesville. The Millers are 12-5 overall, but 6-2 in the conference. That means the Royals only need to win one of their next 2 conference games to win the conference championship outright. Same could be said against the Fishers Tigers. Tigers are 12-6 overall, but they do have 2 conference losses. They're 5-2 in the conference. Avon, 9-10 overall. They are 4-4 in the conference. Brownsburg is 7-9 overall, but the Bulldogs have won their last 3 and have improved their conference record to 4-4. McCutcheon, a very, very strong 12-7 overall, but in the conference, not so much. 3-4 in the conference, though the Mavericks have won their last 3 games. Lafayette Jefferson is 7-11 overall, also 3-4 in the conference, though the Broncos have lost their last 2. The Broncos are who the Royals will play in the season finale, and that game will be at Lafayette Jefferson. Zionsville, 9-9 overall, but only 3-5 in conference play. Westfield, who will be the Royals' opponent this Friday, they're 8-10 overall, but they only have 2 conference wins. They are 2-6 in the HCC, and rounding out the HC standings are the Harrison Raiders. They're even up on the season at 9-9, but can only have 1 conference win to their credit. They are 1-7 in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Games of this week, games happening tonight. Brownsburg is at Plainfield. Lafayette Jefferson is at Western. Noblesville is at Lawrence Central. And as we mentioned, Hamilton Southeastern is hosting Pike. Of course, Friday will be the big one as Westfield will come to town. And should Westfield, Hamilton Southeastern should beat Westfield, they will be the outright Hoosier Crossroads Conference champions. We mentioned at the top of the program in the pregame that Hamilton Southeastern has beaten 2 of the top teams in the state of Indiana. They defeated Tech when Tech was then number 1, though in all fairness, the Titans were coming off of a loss in the city tournament by 20 to Cathedral. And the Royals defeated Carmel last week as the Greyhounds were number 1 in the state. Well, the loss dropped Carmel all the way down to number 4. The new number 1 team in the state of Indiana is Munster. Columbus North is second at 19-1, followed by your Royals, ranked third at 15-2. Carmel is now fourth. They are also 15-2. And these Red Devils are coming in fifth in the state of Indiana, 17-2. When we round out the top 10, we'll find 2 more Central Indiana schools. And ranked 6 is Evansville Harrison at 18-1. Tech is now managed to come back a little bit. They're now 7th in the state and 17-3 overall. Followed by North Central, another tough intersectional opponent for the Royals. When you take a look that Hamilton Southeastern will have possibly Carmel and North Central to deal with. The Panthers are 12-4 overall, ranked 8th in the state. Kokomo, the Cougars, they're 17-2 and ranked 9th. And Concord rounds out the top 10. They are 10th with a record of 15-1. So for Hamilton Southeastern, they've played this gauntlet. Currently, they are 2-1 in this 4-game stretch against top-ranked opponents. Right now at the half, they trail the Red Devils 39-34. And sectionals won't get any easier, where they might have a rematch with Carmel or have to face a North Central team that currently is ranked number 8 in the state. Let's go ahead and give you our halftime stats. First off, for the visiting Red Devils, 2 players in double figures. Tayshawn Johnson has 14 points. Xavier Turner with 10. Jordan Pickett has 9. 4 points for Kendall Rollins, 2 points for Jalen Norwood. And only Anthony Patterson, the other starter, and Cameron Walker have failed to score. But as we mentioned, Coach Bill Zeich tends to use a fairly small and not very deep rotation. For the Royals, currently leading all scores with 18 points is Zach Irvin. With 6 points is Justin Barksdale. 4 points for Paul Furlan, 2 points each for Tyler Jenkins, Eric Davidson, and Ross Risley. And Wade Traeger and Larry Johnson have failed to score. Southeastern was trailing early in this contest. They've trailed 11-6, managed to get it back, take the lead, kept that lead through a bit of the second quarter before Pike started to make a run and started hitting some free throws. And at the break, it is Pike up 39-34 as we get ready to start second half action. Royals will have the basketball. They're dressed in white. Red Devils are in red. It'll be Eric Davidson, Paul Furlan, Tyler Jenkins, Zach Irvin, and Ross Risley, the starting five out for Coach Brian Satterfield, for Coach Bill Zeich. Xavier Turner, Tayshawn Johnson, Anthony Patterson, Jordan Pickett, and Kendall Rollins as Tyler Jenkins drives the lane, and he'll be called for the player control foul. As taking the hard fall was Anthony Patterson. First team foul against Southeastern, and that'll give the ball back to the Red Devils, up by 5. As once again, they'll have to wipe up some moisture down here underneath the basket. Royals face some strong Pike defense. Pike very aggressive, very quick and athletic. Led to a few turnovers, and then Royals also found themselves a victim of the bonus situation that led to some Pike free throws. Here's Tayshawn Johnson, left-hand floater from the left elbow is up and good. Johnson now with 16 points, and the lead is up to 7 for the Red Devils. Just underway, third quarter here at Hamilton Southeastern High School. Brian Scott with you tonight. Davidson picks up his dribble, give it to Zach Irvin. Irvin works one-on-one. Up and under, has the ball stripped away by Kendall Rollins. Here comes Tayshawn Johnson, leaves it in the lane, and finishing it off with a layup is Xavier Turner. Turner now with 12 points, and the lead is up to 9, the biggest lead of the night for the Red Devils. And that's going to lead to Brian Satterfield calling a timeout. With 7:02 left to go, third quarter, Hamilton Southeastern trails the Pike Red Devils by the score, 43-34. You're watching Royals basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. I want to remind fans that all of our video webcasts this season, you can also watch the archive on YouTube. Go to YouTube, look up AudioSportsOnline.com, and you can share them on Facebook, post them on Twitter, email them to friends and family. That's all courtesy of Audio Sports Online. You can also catch all of our archives this season on our home website, whether it be audio or video, at www.audiosportsonline.com. You can catch the boys. You can also catch Chris Huppenthal's girls teams that we broadcast, and that's on audiosportsonline.com. Brian Satterfield uses an early timeout here in the third quarter as Pike has scored 2 quick baskets before a minute is up here in this third quarter, and the Red Devils extend their lead to 9. As Irvin will trigger the inbounds from the sideline. No lineups changes on either team. As Irvin throws it in the backcourt to Paul Furlan. Furlan picked up by Turner, is into the front court, left side, leaves it to Davidson. Davidson gets a screen, drives in the lane, lays it high off the glass. Shot no good. Irvin can't come up with a rebound. Turner lays it out to Anthony Patterson, but it's poked away on a good defensive play by Tyler Jenkins, but the Red Devils will retain control of the basketball. 43-34 our score. Red Devils with the lead as Pickett triggers the inbound, throws it into Johnson. Royals jump into a 2-3 zone. And now it has a nice little give and go as Johnson trying to feed Anthony Patterson, cutting to the basket. Bounce pass led just a little bit too much, and the ball goes out of bounds and goes back into the hands of Southeastern. Royals trail by 9, 6:36 left to go in the third quarter. Tyler Jenkins with the basketball, guarded by Tayshawn Johnson. Tyler loses the basketball, pokes it out to Eric Davidson on his way to the court. Davidson finds Zach Irvin. Irvin drives in the lane, tried to give it to Risley, but lost the basketball. 4-on-2, and the Red Devils complete the transition bucket with Tayshawn Johnson out on the break, getting the basket. Red Devils increase their lead to double digits by it to 11, 45-34. Irvin, pull-up three with a hand in his face, is off the back iron, no good. Getting the rebound is Paul Furlan, and he'll be fouled. And it's coming over the back were the Red Devils. 3 Red Devils surrounding Paul Furlan, and the foul is going to go against Anthony Patterson, his second. First team foul against the Red Devils in this second half. Risley with the basketball finds Paul Furlan. Furlan guarded by Xavier Turner. We'll leave it out to Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins starts his dribble. Left side finds Furlan. Furlan to Davidson. Davidson had thought about a three. Instead pulls it back down and gives it back to Paul Furlan. Furlan right side, Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins around an Irvin ball screen, but picked up nicely by Pickett. Tries to feed Irvin down low. Zach loses it briefly, is able to gather it back. Nice ball fake by Tyler Jenkins, and he drives down the lane for the bucket. Tyler with a nice little ball fake to the wing and then pulled it back down and took it to the hoop, gets the bucket, and the Royals trail by 9. Here's Tayshawn Johnson, shot fake, leaves it off. Rollins has his shot rejected by Ross Risley. Pike bench looking for a foul, none comes, and Red Devils will simply inbound it from the baseline as Jordan Pickett will trigger the inbounds. Pickett still looking for somebody, and now quickly Bill Zeich is going to call a 30-second timeout, as it was beginning to look like Pickett wasn't going to be able to beat the 5-second count. On the inbounds pass, so Coach Zeich calls a timeout with 5:07 remaining in this third quarter. The 5th-ranked Red Devils lead the 3rd-ranked Royals by the score of 45-36. This is Royals basketball on audiosportsonline.com. Brian Scott with you tonight. Be back on Friday night when the Royals host the Westfield Shamrocks. It will be senior night here at Hamilton Southeastern, as the Royals will acknowledge the 7 seniors making up Brian Satterfield's squad. And with a win, those seniors can claim the outright Hoosier Crossroads Conference Championship. Pickett will inbound from the baseline. No changes either way out of the timeout. And he's able to get the ball into the hands of Tayshawn Johnson. Johnson around Davidson, drives, lays it up with the right hand, shot no good. Irvin with a rebound for the Royals. Zach will bring it up near side. Drives to the cup, lays it off the glass and in. Zach Irvin now with 20 points on a strong drive to the cup, but Jordan Pickett comes back the other way. He'll be bailed out as he tried to flip the ball a little bit over his head to the basket, and he'll get the benefit as Tyler Jenkins is going to be called for his second personal. Second team foul, and to the line will be Jordan Pickett. Pickett with 9 points is 2 of 2 from the line. And his first free throw hits back iron and comes back out. Red Devils were perfect, 5 of 5 from the line in the first half, but they missed their first attempt here in the second half. Second free throw is up, and it's good. Pickett becomes the 3rd Red Devil to score in double figures. He now has 10 points, and it's an 8-point Red Devil lead, 4:40. Here is a baseline drive. Furlan can't complete. Risley with a rebound. Out to Jenkins for 3. That's short off the front iron, but Irvin with the rebound. He finds Risley. Risley to Jenkins. Jenkins goes up. Won't get the bucket, but he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. Jordan Pickett will look like he will pick up his second personal, second team foul. And Jenkins at the line, shooting 2. Tyler with 4 points as the first free throw is good. And on the season, Jenkins, a 69% free throw shooter. One more free throw for Tyler. Second free throw is also good. 6 points for Jenkins. It's a 6-point Red Devil lead with 4:26 remaining in the quarter. Turner looks over a 3-2 zone. as the Royals switch out their zone, more of a box than one. Here's a three by Xavier Turner up on the near wing, and it's up and good. As I mentioned, you can't give Turner any amount of space. He will take the three at every opportunity. Tyler Jenkins blows through the lane but misses the layup. Tapped out, here's Furlan, and timeout called by Brian Satterfield. Bill Zeich saw Furlan roll on the court. He was looking for the traveling violation, but Coach Satterfield gets the timeout first. As both coaches now burning through timeouts here in this third quarter. And with 2 seconds away from being midway through this third quarter, the Red Devils have the 49-40 advantage. This is Royals basketball on audiosportsonline.com. It will be Royals basketball out of the timeout. Same five on the court for Coach Satterfield. Same five that started the game for both teams currently out on the court. Jenkins to trigger the inbound from the baseline, and he will find Irvin. Zach with the basketball, kicks it out. Davidson steps into a three. That's short off the front iron. Tayshaun Johnson with a rebound. Loses the basketball. Risley comes away with it. Leaves it to Jenkins. Back to Risley. Risley finishes it off. Risley gets the bucket. It's a 7-point Pike lead with 3:39 left to go in the quarter. Pull-up three by Pickett is off the iron, no good. Risley chases down the rebound and gives it to Paul Furlan. Furlan left side, this is Zach Irvin with the basketball. Irvin tries to feed Eric Davidson, but coming back on defense was Kendall Rollins to intercept the pass. Turner steps into the three. That one's off the rim, goes right up and down the smokestack and comes right back down. And it counts as three. 18 points for Xavier Turner. The lead's back to 10 for the Red Devils. Here's Ross Risley underneath the basket. Puts up the shot, count it, and send him to the line. Risley with the bucket. And the and one coming up. As the foul will go against Anthony Patterson. That's his third. 13 foul against the Red Devils. As Risley at the line to see if he can complete the three-point play. Ross, an 85% free throw shooter on the season. And that one's too strong off of the rim, no good. An 8-point Red Devil lead, 52-44, 2:58 left to go third quarter. Jordan Pickett, hesitation move, drives in the lane. Shot too strong, bounces off the back iron. Irvin gets the rebound, poked out of his hands by Pickett. But the ball will belong to the Royals. Cameron Walker now in for Coach Zeich as Anthony Patterson will sit down. Patterson 3 fouls and 0 points. And once again, we're looking for towels as they have a wet spot over there down in the lower left of the lane, and now they say they've gotten it taken care of. So Zach Irvin will trigger the inbound for Hamilton Southeastern. Gives it to Eric Davidson. 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. 52-44 in favor of the 5th-ranked Red Devils. There's Eric Davidson in the lane. Out to Furlan. 3 ball on the way. That's short off the rim. Ball loose, finally controlled by Rollins. Rollins outlets to Turner. Turner, NBA 3 on its way. Rims out. Ball rebounded by Paul Furlan. Furlan, right side, Zach Irvin. Irvin in the lane, drives to the cup. Leaves it short off the rim, but he's going to earn a trip to the line as he's fouled on his way to the hole. And in the foul will be called against Jordan Pickett. That'll be Pickett's third. Zach Irving headed to the free throw line. He has 20 points, but this is his first trip to the line tonight. Zach, a 75% free throw shooter. Zach had 18 at the half. He's gotten a bucket here in the third quarter, and he misses the first free throw. Justin Barksdale, Tyler Janney in. Ross Risley and Eric Davidson will depart as Kendall Rollins and Jordan Pickett leave. Jalen Norwood and Zach Long now in for the Red Devils. One more free throw for Zach Irvin. Missed the first, makes the second. 21 points for Irvin, 52-45. The Red Devils have the lead and the basketball with 2:18 remaining in this third quarter. Crossover, Tayshaun Johnson, step back three, no good. With a rebound is Walker, his shot no good. Irvin has it, loses it, but Tyler Jenkins recovers. Jenkins in the lane, lays it off glass, shot no good. Irvin flies in for the rebound, and they'll say it went off of a Red Devil, as it was a Pike player that last touched the basketball, and the Royals will be sending Tyler Jenkins to inbound. Lob in on the inbound, and we'll have a foul on a hold. Is this a favorite play of Hamilton Southeastern with Tyler Jenkins lobbing it up to the basket, and Zach Irvin coming from the three-point line to slam it home. Norwood's caught with a hold. His second, team's fifth. Minute 57 left to go in the quarter. Driving, Zach Irvin, pull-up floater is up and good. 23 points for Irvin, back down to a 5-point Pike lead with a minute 44 left to go in the quarter. Tayshaun Johnson to Xavier Turner. Turner, pull-up jumper on its way, halfway down, comes back out. Zach with a rebound for the Royals. Irvin bumped by Zach Long of the Red Devils. It'll be the sixth team foul for Pike, as coming back into the lineup will be Kendall Rollins. He'll come in for Jalen Norwood. A minute 31 remains in the third quarter as Jenkins throws it to Furlan in the backcourt, and Furlan will immediately give it to Zach Irvin. Royals trail by 5, a minute 24 left in the quarter. Irvin, pull-up three on its way. That's too strong. Ball comes down into the hands of Tayshaun Johnson. Johnson behind his back into the front court. Crossover dribble, loses it on the way to the basket, and we'll have a whistle. And do we have a foul or to go out of bounds? And we'll have a foul called against Southeastern. Irvin will be called for his first personal, and Johnson at the line to shoot two. Johnson, a 76% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw is up and good. Johnson now with 19 points. Second free throw is good, and that gives Johnson 20 points in the game, and the lead is 7 for the Red Devils, with a minute 7 left to go in the quarter. Furlan works on Turner into the front court. Hands it to Tyler Jenkins. Under a minute left to go in the quarter. Jenkins, pull-up jumper is on its way and good. Tyler Jenkins gets the bucket. Not sure if he really wanted the shot or to pass it off, and decided for the shot, and he made it. And it's down to a 5-point Red Devil lead. They've led by as much as 11, but their lead's been trimmed to 5. 34 seconds remain in the quarter. Red Devils will hold for the final shot. Tayshaun Johnson with the basketball, guarded by Tyler Janney. Looks to get a screen from Xavier Turner. And here comes a steal by Irvin behind his back. Zach will take it and flush it with a right hand. Irvin saw that screen coming a mile away, understood what was going to happen, stepped in front of Johnson and Turner, and threw it down with one hand at the other end to make it a 3-point game. Turner loses the basketball briefly. In the lane is Kendall Rollins, and he'll be called for traveling. 1.1 second remains. 54-51, Pike with the lead. Janney will inbounds. He'll give it to Furlan, and Furlan with a three-quarter court shot is way right, and that's the end of the third quarter of play. Royals trailed at 1 point by 11. They've cut it to a 3-point game as the Red Devils lead the Royals 54-51. Back with the fourth quarter after this. This is Royals basketball on ASO. Back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, Brian Scott with you as we ready to begin fourth quarter action with the Royals, ranked number 3 in the state of Indiana, trailing the 5th-ranked Pike Red Devils by the score 54 to 51. Royals at one time trailed by 11 in that third quarter, but Zach Irvin scores 7 points. Tyler Jenkins has 6 in that quarter, and the Royals managed to cut it to a 3-point game. To begin the fourth quarter for Hamilton Southeastern, Tyler Janney, Paul Furlan, Tyler Jenkins, Justin Barksdale, and Zach Irvin. It'll be Jordan Pickett, Tayshawn Johnson, Zach Long. As the 3-ball by Pickett is up and good. Pickett begins the fourth quarter with a 3 and pushes it to a 6-point game. There's also Kendall Rollins out there on the court. And Cameron Walker. Those are the 5 for the Red Devils. Into the near corner, Tyler Jenkins. 3-ball is off the back iron, no good. Walker tries to save it. Into the hands, though, of Zach Irvin, and Irvin lays it up and in. 27 points for Zach Irvin, a 4-point Pike lead just underway here in the fourth quarter. Tayshawn Johnson, who has 20 points himself, into the cup, lays it high lays a high arcing floater. Irvin tried to get the rebound. Zach Long comes away with it, though, for the Red Devils, and a whistle will stop play, and a foul is going to be called against Hamilton Southeastern Zach Irvin. That'll be Zach's second 14 foul. Red Devils have 16 fouls. Their next one will put the Royals at the free throw line. Cameron Walker departs as Anthony Patterson returns for the Red Devils. Red Devils have the basketball, leading 57-53. We're 58 seconds into the fourth quarter. And they'll get it to Patterson. Patterson hands the ball up to Pickett. His 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded, comes away with it by Zach Long of the Red Devils. Long tosses it out to Pickett, almost stolen by Janney. Pickett drives in the lane, and he'll be called for steps as he puts the ball on his hip. Momentarily lost control of the basketball. Coach Zeich looking for a foul. Instead, the traveling violation is called, and the Royals have the basketball down by 4 with 6:48 left to go in regulation. And they will simply get the ball into Zach Irvin's hand as often as they can as they'll try to clear out one side of the court. Irvin, crossover dribble, pull-up jumper on its way is up and good. And Zach Irvin now trying to take control of this game as the Royals now trail by only 2. Pickett works on Tyler Jenkins. Gives the ball to Patterson. Patterson has it stripped away by Tyler Jenkins. Tyler Janney has it. He'll give it to Irvin, and once again, Irvin has the basketball. Right side to Furlan. Furlan to Janney, back to Irvin. 57-55. Irvin, step back, jumper on its way, and we are tied at 57. As Zach Irvin's 6th point of the quarter notches this game up at 57 apiece with 5:55 left in regulation. Tayshawn Johnson dribbles, looks, now gives it left side to Pickett. Pickett works on Justin Barksdale, drives and lays it up off the glass and in. 15 points for Pickett. Here's Tyler Jenkins from the free throw line. Ball is loose and finally comes away with Patterson with the basketball, gives to Pickett. Pickett drives in the lane, right-hand runner is up and good. And Pickett with 7 points gives the Red Devils once again a 4-point advantage with 5:18 left to go in regulation. Irvin with the basketball. Now they double team. Irvin drives right side. Furlan with it, throws it back to Zach. As now the double team is going to come. Here's Barksdale to set a ball screen. Zach drives, loses it, gives it to Jenkins. Tyler steps into a 3 and hits. Jenkins with 11 points, and the deficit's been trimmed to 1, 61-60, as Brian Satterfield calls a timeout with 4:56 remaining in regulation. Royals have trailed by as much as 11. They managed to tie it on a Zach Irvin bucket, only to watch the Red Devils once again go up by 4. But Tyler Jenkins buries a 3 from the left wing, and it's a 1-point game with the Red Devils out in front 61-60. Zach Irvin shouldering much of the offensive load here in the fourth quarter, as it's been pretty much Irvin and then trying to clear out one side of the floor. On that last possession, the Red Devils came to double team out top, and Irvin managed to get it out to Jenkins, and Jenkins buried the 3. On the court, it'll be Jordan Pickett, Anthony Patterson, Kendall Rollins, Zach Long, and Xavier Turner for the Red Devils as they'll have the basketball. It's Paul Furlan, Tyler Janney, Tyler Jenkins, Ross Risley, and Zach Irvin on the court for the Royals. They trail by 1. Here's Pickett. Pickett with 7 points in the quarter. Drives, right-hand floater is off the glass, no good. Ball tapped out, and coming away with it is Paul Furlan. Doesn't have the numbers. He'll back it out for his teammates. Janney to Jenkins, now to Irvin, and once again, Zach one-on-one drives, lays it off the glass, won't get the bucket, but Zach's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. 17th foul committed by the Red Devils, though this is a 2-shot foul. Kendall Rollins will be called for his second, and Irvin at the line. Zach 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As that one rattles and falls. Tayshaun Johnson back in. Zach Long will depart for Bills Lakes Red Devils. We're tied at 61. Irvin, 32 points in the game. Second free throw rattles in as well. And Zach now with 33 points. The Royals up 62-61. Jordan Pickett's pull-up jumper's no good, but the tap out goes to Tayshaun Johnson. He'll drive the lane, get the bucket, and draw the foul. Johnson missed a shot, got the rebound, and just followed it right through the lane. And the foul goes against Irvin, which will be his 3rd. 15 foul against Southeastern as Eric Davidson returns, Tyler Janney departs, and Tayshaun Johnson at the line for the and 1. Free throw is up, it's good. That makes it a 2-point lead for the Red Devils, 64-62 with 4:16 remaining in regulation. Davidson in the front court, as now they keep close tabs on Zach Irvin. Here's Paul Furlan with a basketball. Risley sets the screen. And Furlan now will go right side to Davidson. Tayshaun Johnson sticking to Irvin like glue. Now Zach gets the basketball. Step back, jumper on its way. That's off the side. Tap out by Risley into the hands of Furlan. That shot's no good. And here's the outlet on the transition. Tayshaun Johnson gets the bucket and draws the foul as Eric Davidson, trying to get back defensively, went for the ball, got the side of Johnson's head. As Davidson will pick up foul number 2. 16 foul, and Johnson once again with a chance for the conventional 3-point play, which he executes. And the lead's now back to 5 for the Red Devils. 67-62, 3:40 remains. Davidson to Tyler Jenkins. They've got Tayshaun Johnson all over Zach Irvin. Here's Jenkins, drives to the cup, gets the bucket, and draws the foul. 13 points for Jenkins, and he has a chance for his own and 1. Kendall Rollins with his 3rd personal, 8th team foul, and Jenkins at the line. Jenkins completes the 3-point play to make it a 2-point game. 67-65, 3 minutes and 30 seconds remain in regulation. Turner with a basketball, looks for a screen from Patterson, gives it to Patterson, guarded by Irvin, back over to Turner. Turner once again with a ball screen, bounce pass to the right side, and now the ball's in the hands of Tayshaun Johnson. Johnson, Risley on the switch, drives, goes right side, and he finds cutting baseline Kendall Rollins, and Rollins converts the bucket. It makes it a 69-65 game, just under 3 minutes left to go in regulation. Zach Irvin won the isolation, drives, leaves it out. Tyler Jenkins, stutter step drive, shot faked, and gets Jordan Pickett way up in the air. And the only place Pickett has a place to land is right on top of Tyler Jenkins. For Pickett, it'll be foul number 4. 19 foul, and Tyler Jenkins at the line. It'll be a 1-and-1. Next team foul by the Red Devils will result in the double bonus being in effect for their Hamilton Southeastern. And Jenkins at the line with a 1-on-1. It's the first one to rattle through. 15 points for Tyler Jenkins. He can make it 16 and make it a 2-point game with the next free throw. And he gets that one to rattle home as well. A 2-point game, 69-67. Red Devils with the lead and the basketball with 2:37 left to go in regulation. Johnson, cut off by Risley, leaves it left side for Turner. Turner, crossover, gets around, and now will make a move down the left side of the lane, lose the basketball, and we have a whistle, and they're going to call a foul. Brian Satterfield, none too happy, thought the traveling should have been called by Turner. Instead, the foul goes against Paul Furlan, his third. It's the 17th foul, so Turner's at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Turner with 18 points. He is shut out here in the fourth quarter. Hits the first. Red Devils doing a good job of hitting their free throws in the game, and that's proving to be critical as we come down through the stretch. Second free throw by Turner is also good. He now has 20 points, and it's a 71-67 Pike lead. 2:17 remains. Davidson wanted to give it to Irvin. Irvin guarded by Johnson. Johnson has been sticking to Irvin like glue. Pull up three on its way. Tyler Jenkins is fouled. Anthony Patterson undercut Jenkins after the shot, and Jenkins is going to head to the line for 3 free throws. Tenth team foul means the Royals will be in the double bonus the remaining 2 minutes and 6 seconds. But Jenkins at the line for 3, hits the first. Red Devils had shifted defensive priorities as Tyler's second free throw is good. Tyler Janney comes back in. He'll come in for Eric Davidson. And once the Red Devils started paying more attention to Zach Irvin, that has opened things up for Tyler Jenkins. But Jenkins at the line for one more free throw. He sinks all 3 free throws. He has hit 8 of 8 from the line, and it's a 1-point Red Devil lead, 71-70, 2 minutes left to play. Turner works on Zach Irvin. We'll give it to Tayshaun Johnson. Johnson setting up a half-court offense. Dribble drives, leaves it up. Blocked by Ross Risley. Kendall Rollins had his shot blocked, but Jordan Pickett's there to pick up the loose ball and put it up to put the Red Devils up by 3. 1:34 left to go in regulation. Tyler Jenkins looks for a ball screen from Ross Risley, bounces it into Risley, and we'll have a whistle and a foul as Risley is tied up by Kendall Rollins. Rollins thought it should have been a hell ball. Instead, he picks up his 4th. So for the Red Devils, they have Jordan Pickett, Anthony Patterson, and Kendall Rollins, all with 4 personal fouls apiece. And Ross Risley at the line to shoot 2. Double bonus in effect. Ross has missed the only free throw he attempted, and that one's short. And a timeout called by Bill Zeich and the Pike Red Devils with 1:26 left to go in regulation. Pike 73, Hamilton Southeastern 70. This is Royals basketball on audiosportsonline.com. A minute 26 remain in the fourth quarter. The fifth-ranked Red Devils lead the third-ranked Royals by the score of 73-70. Tyler Jenkins has 11 points in this quarter, including 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Zach Irvin has 8 points in this quarter as the Royals have tied it on several occasions, but haven't been able to get over the hump. Ross Risley is at the line to see if he can split his free throws after missing the first. It's a 3-point Red Devil lead with 1:26 left, and Risley at the line. Do one. That one's no good as well, as Rollins has the rebound, and the Red Devils have the basketball up 3. Johnson to Turner. The trap comes on the midcourt stripe. Johnson picks it up, gives it to Pickett. Pickett right side. Patterson was going to try to drive. Here's Pickett with the basketball. Drive. Shot no good. Tip no good. Pickett with a rebound. It's short off the glass. And finally, Kendall Rollins comes in with the putback to make it a 2-possession game. Red Devils up by 5. Under a minute left to play. Irvin almost loses the basketball. Works, drives. Pull-up jumper on its way. That's long. Rebounded by Rollins, and he'll be immediately fouled by Tyler Janney. Be Janney's first, team 8th, and we'll head to the other end of the court for free throws. With 44 and 4/10 seconds remain, Red Devils can make this a 3-possession game. Actually, they called the foul not on Janney, but on Risley. And at the line will be Kendall Rollins. Rollins for the season, a 50% free throw shooter, as a 1-and-1 is in effect. So once again, wiping up some moisture on the court. As Kendall Rollins waits and now gets the basketball to try the first of the 1-on-1. Rollins, free throw up. That's off the rim, no good. Irvin clears it for Southeastern. Zach, outlet pass, finds Jenkins. Wide open 3 on its way. That's short. Jenkins gets the long rebound. Gives it to Furlan. Furlan's 3 is on the way, and he banks it in. A 2-point game, 27 seconds remain, and a foul immediately as Davidson fouls Xavier Turner. Davidson his 3rd. Turner at the line where he is 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. It's the 19th foul, so the 1-and-1 is in effect. 75-73 Red Devils. And Turner at the line. Free throw is up. He hit the first. Turner will get the bonus. If he sinks it, it's a 2-possession game. 76-73 Red Devils. Second free throw up. He canned them both. 4-point Red Devil lead. 26 seconds remaining. Jenkins into the front court. Drives, kicks it out. Davidson wanted to pop the 3. Irvin was in the way. Davidson's 3 is no good, off the side of the rim. Coming away with a rebound is Xavier Turner, and he's fouled with 14 and a half seconds remaining. And a 4-point Red Devil lead as the stands begin to empty here at Hamilton Southeastern. It's the 10th team foul, so 2 shots. Eric Davidson hit with his 4th personal. And Turner, who is 5 of 5 from the line, will be up there with 2 shots. Hits the first. It's a 5-point Red Devil lead. Second free throw is up. He cans them both. 79-73, 13 seconds. Tayshawn Johnson steals the inbound. And as he puts the shot up, he's fouled. This will all but do it with 11.4 seconds remaining. One free throw makes it a 3-possession game. And though 2 threes would be tough to make in 11.4 seconds, we've seen stranger. Johnson at the line, misses the first. Has one more due. Red Devils clear the lane as Johnson's second rattles and drops. About all but do it as Irvin will get the basketball. 10 seconds. Bounce passes to Jenkins. Jenkins will throw up a 3 and be fouled by Anthony Patterson, and Patterson is fouled out. Patterson fouls out, 0 points. But even with the Jenkins 3 free throws, he just hit 3 in a row a few moments ago. It is still a 7-point Red Devil advantage. First free throw from Tyler Jenkins, he finally misses. Before that free throw, Tyler was 8 of 8, but he misses that one. He'll have 2 more. Cans that. And one more on the way for Tyler Jenkins. Jenkins with an outstanding night as he sinks 2 out of 3. He'll finish with 21 points as on the inbound, an immediate foul against Xavier Turner with 5.3 seconds left, and Hamilton Southeastern down by 5. Furlan will be picking up his 4th personal. Double bonus again in effect, and Turner, who has hit 6 of 6 from the line this quarter and 7 of 7 overall, will get 2 more. Hits front iron, gets the roll. And it'll be Xavier Turner with 1 more free throw. Second free throw is up. That one finally Turner misses, and Brian Satterfield calls a timeout. Royals trail by 6 with 4.9 seconds remaining. And we'll see what Coach Satterfield elects to do. It's a 2-possession game with just a shade under 5 seconds remaining. Royals ranked 3rd in the state. Red Devils ranked 5th. And the Red Devils looking to go to 18-2 on the season and hand the Royals their 3rd loss of the season. So we'll see what the Royals do out of the timeout, trailing 81-75. Royals just couldn't quite seem to get over the hump in this contest. They battled their way back from 11 down and tied it on several occasions and took very small leads, but every time they would get the score tied or take a small lead, they'd watch Pike go on a 5-0, 6-0 run and find themselves up by 4 once again. Furlan inbounds, finds Irvin with 4-3. Irvin, 3-ball top of the key on its way, banks it off the glass, no good, and that's your ball game. Final score, the 5th-ranked Pike Red Devils defeat the 3rd-ranked Hamilton Southeastern Royals by the score of 81-75. Stay with us for a few minutes. We'll have final stats in just a moment. This is Royals basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Brian Scott back at Hamilton Southeastern High School, where the third-ranked Royals fall to the fifth-ranked Pike Red Devils by the score of 81-75. Pike was the story of runs tonight. Pike jumped out to an early lead in the first quarter and at one time led 11-6. But Hamilton Southeastern made their own runs. By the end of the first quarter, they had gotten it to within a single point and then kept it close as Pike went on a bit of a run in the second quarter. Red Devils had a 5-point lead at the break. It had been cut to 3 points at the end of three, but Pike able to hit their free throws in that fourth quarter, and they come away with a 6-point win, 81-75. Let's give you our final stats for tonight's game. The Red Devils had two players with 20 points plus. Tayshawn Johnson had 27 points. Xavier Turner with 25. Jordan Pickett had 19. Kendall Rollins with 8. Jalen Norwood had 2. And Anthony Patterson, Cameron Walker, and Zach Long all played. They did not score. For the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, leading all scorers with 33 points was Zach Irvin. 21 points for Tyler Jenkins, 7 for Paul Furlan. 6 points apiece for Justin Barksdale and Ross Risley. 2 points for Eric Davidson. Wade Traeger, Larry Johnson, and Tyler Janney all played. They did not score. It was 18-17 in favor of Pike at the end of the first quarter. The Red Devils led 39-34 at that break. They led 54-51 after the end of three, and they finished this game winning by the score of 81-75. For the Red Devils, they improved to 18-2 on the year, while the loss drops Hamilton Southeastern to 15-3. Next up for Hamilton Southeastern are a pair of Hoosier Crossroads Conference games. The Royals already can do no worse than be named conference co-champions, but a win in either of their next two games will give them the outright conference championship. It'll begin this Friday night when the Westfield Shamrocks will play here at Hamilton Southeastern. It is the regular season home finale. It will be senior night here at Hamilton Southeastern as they recognize 7 seniors for their contributions to this Hamilton Southeastern basketball team. We'll have the JV game for you at 6 o'clock, varsity game at 7:30 right here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Once again, your final score, Hamilton Southeastern falls to Pike as the third-ranked Royals fall to the fifth-ranked Red Devils by the score of 81-75. This is Brian Scott saying thanks for joining me tonight. Look forward to seeing you Friday night here at Hamilton Southeastern for Hamilton Southeastern basketball. Until then, so long, everybody.